Men only care about your body count when they're bad in bed.
Probably the most basic psyop used against the beta man is the attractive woman as men's coach. And yes, it's a psyop. In fact, everything you see in the mainstream media is a psyop. Literally everything. Nothing is allowed to have wide-scale views unless it's part of the approved social narrative. Same rules apply for podcasts and social media. And though there's no set number of views or followers, no one is allowed to have too large of an audience unless they parrot the approved social narrative. To the point of the female men's coach, it's the easiest way to manipulate millions of men. Soft, beta men with low testosterone and no dignity see a pretty face and their brains turn into jello. So women like the one in this video, there's nothing organic about them or their accounts. They are fabricated from day one by the unseen hands that pull the strings in media. They're inorganically promoted, pushed into the algorithm of every guy who's ever lingered too long on a thirst trap account because they know the same simp who wastes his time looking at boobs on social media will also be easily manipulated by even a mildly attractive woman. And yes, the video itself is silly. Men instinctively know you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. That's why the social narrative continues to push back and say it's men being insecure or whatever.
At this point, everyone I know is like, yo, what's up with dating? What's up with the men in your life? There are no men in my life. I'm not dating. I'm just out here living. I'm just out here living. Yeah, it'd be cool to have a partner. It also wouldn't be cool to have a partner. Like, I don't want anyone checking up on me, but I also do want people checking up on me. Friends, man, I don't give a f. Phone's dry sometimes and I'm like sad about it. And then it's dry sometimes and I'm like so happy. And then I like wake up in the morning and I do all of my things and I'm like, I just like couldn't imagine being quiet right now for a man that was sleeping next to me, you know? And then I couldn't imagine being woken up because of a man being loud in the bathroom. Like, that'll be my 13th reason. How do you guys do that? How do people do that? And like, I think about how I used to do that. And like, I got red flags and I know that the man's gonna have red flags. It's just like a lot. Now, if it's my man, I'm sure I'm not even gonna think twice, right? But that's how I know. If that man is not my man, he's gonna bother the out of me all the time. Now listen, all of you guys are like, well, my husband bothers the out of me all the time. Yeah, I get it. But also like, how much does he annoy you? Because I think there's a point where you're like, well, why are you with him? Why are you with him? I've been single, been living on my own for far too long. I ain't gonna just give that up for nobody. It's gonna be worth it. And my phone's dry because I choose for it to be dry. I could text 5 men if I wanted to have some flirty banter right now, but I don't want to face the repercussions. I don't want to go and have to follow through. I don't want to do that. I just want to have some fun, but not all the time. Not all the time. Things have changed. It's called growth. I'm growing. I don't want to be out here breaking men's hearts. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not fun. I don't want to do that. So we're going to stay dry. We're going to stay single. We're going to be waiting for the man to just knock on my door one day. I know that's right.
Have you ever seen this woman?
41 of my biggest events canceled this year. And you telling me I'm paying this church off? He said, turn around and go get you a check. I said, oh. He said, you're going to need to give $17,000. What?
This is why Muslims are about to take over.
Yeah, it's just like the black standard, like Baptist.
It's like, coming down from No, this one's more, I think if I was to put my finger on it, it's you have these small conversations. So you go, and then he says to me this. I said to him this. And then he says, well, I say, what? I say, how am I going to pay for that church? He says, you pay for that church? I said, oh, God. I can't pay for that.
I got bills and mouths to feed.
This is how women talk to themselves when they are deciding whether they should buy something online shopping. They go, I said I shouldn't buy it. I don't have it. And the computer looked at me and says, you need this shirt. I said, but me, I already bought a shirt this afternoon. It says you need it right now. And I said, I looked that computer straight in the eyes. I pressed send, and I've been wearing that shirt right now. Oh, man. Something like that.
You got big YouTube.
I told you, she's a big star.
Yeah, she's a big star. No, Limitless Church.
Christian Church has the funniest stars.
Oh, the best.
Men only want one thing, and it's not money, it's not power, it's
respect.
Yeah, it's also loyalty. They also want a woman who isn't going to treat them like a disposable walking ATM and a punching bag for her bad moods. Want someone to care when they're tired, someone who notices when they're struggling, someone who can listen to their problems without having it be turned into ammunition later. That woman said, but what men really want is a safe place to come home to at the end of the day when the world's been beating the out of them. When a man realizes that he's only valued for what he provides, or every ounce of love he gives gets turned into a criticism, eventually he stops looking for connection, and then that's when you find women saying, oh, he just wants sex. No, you wanted something more. He did. A lot of men at one point wanted everything to do with what comes with love, until that realized that came with a massive price tag. Then they just said, fuck it, I'ma just bang these hoes. Thank you.
The woman controls the atmosphere of the home. You can feel it the moment you walk in. Have you ever noticed some homes just feel more steady, even with financial pressure, problems with the kids, health issues? If the woman is grounded, everything holds up because she's the emotional thermostat. But the opposite is also true. A man can be successful at his job, paying the bills, but still there's tension at home. Something feels off. This is because while the woman sets the tone of the home, the man shapes how safe she feels inside of it. And if a woman doesn't feel safe, she can't soften. Instead, she tightens up. She gets inside her head. She's either questioning everything or she's staying quiet, holding herself back. All because something inside of her doesn't feel secure about the relationship. And when that security is nowhere to be found, her admiration for the man goes with it. So yes, a woman can create peace in the home, but a man plays a huge role in whether she feels safe enough to do that. This is why it can't be one-sided. It takes both a man and a woman to commit to their role so that there's harmony. So ladies, if you want to relax in your relationship and see your man naturally wanting to support you and take initiative, you have to know how to bring that out of him, which is exactly what my free masterclass opens your eyes to. Comment class and I'll send you the link.
I saw this comment that said something so important. Men sometimes blur professional boundaries because they receive so little genuine attention from women. And when they finally get it, even in a professional setting, it feels personal. And honestly, he's so right. A lot of men aren't used to being listened to. They're not used to emotional support. They're not used to a woman giving them focused attention without judgment. So when they hire a coach, a trainer, a therapist, or any woman providing a professional service, and she listens, encourages, supports, and helps them grow, their brain translates that feeling into attraction, not because she led them on, but because connection feels rare. Here's the important part though. Professional care is not romantic interest. Kindness is not flirting. Support is not invitation. And her doing her job well does not mean she wants a relationship. And emotionally mature men learn the difference because real masculine energy respects boundaries, even when attraction exists. You can admire someone, feel inspired by someone, even feel attracted, but professionalism means you honor the space you entered. And honestly, this is why emotional development really matters for men, because when emotional needs go unmet for years, attention starts feeling like intimacy. If the only time you feel seen by a woman is by paying for their time, that's not attraction. That's emotional hunger.
What a lot of these modern women, what a lot of these modern women don't seem to want to talk about is that, a man who's got himself together, man who's in shape, who's making money. The man is stable. He's going to therapy and all that stuff, like you guys like to say. That man has choices. That man's got options, right? And with the way that y'all act, he probably not gonna pick you. He probably not gonna pick you. If what you guys have to offer, you selling on TikTok and whatever it is on full display, he not gonna pick you. You don't have to be desperate. He can just say no. There's so many women, whether you would be married or not, that would flock to him, and so he could just walk away. Men are not desperate anymore. They don't have to be. A lot of guys don't have to be desperate. They don't have to settle for your bad attitude. Notice I said your bad attitude. I didn't say nothing about your looks. I said your stank attitude. They don't got to settle for that. It ain't my first time, baby girl, we can pretend. It ain't my
$1,000 a year should not be asking a man, looking him up and down, asking him about his finances and what he make a year. Should not be giving orders and demands that he needs to make above a certain amount a year. When you, my dear, don't even make over $50,000 a year. Now, this is a no judgment zone, and I'm not judging people based off their salary. I'm just saying, humble yourself, queen. Humble yourself, queen. Because I fear that man who makes well over $50,000 a year might end up humbling you. Ooh. And without even being funny, I think this is a very serious topic that has to be addressed, because a lot of women live life based off of what they want and not off what they provide, for the simple fact that we become so accustomed to the idea that because men are supposed to be providers and that they are expected to be providers, that they should be the only ones contributing and bringing something to the table. All of those days of I am the table so I don't have to bring nothing to put on the table are over, because a lot of women ain't even bringing the table these days. You got all these kids, you want men to accept your children, you come than just the mouth and the demands that you have for the man. Evaluate and humble yourself, queen. Let me know what y'all think about that.
She is monkey swinging from you to somebody else that's giving her more attention just at that moment. She doesn't even know the guy, but she's willing to settle with him because she's like, I have never felt so good. And all that is toxicity and trauma. It's going to end soon. Fun fact, if she's dating somebody that is polar opposite than you, polar opposite, it's because she's decided that you are someone that she never wants to date ever again in her life. Promise you that. She is now looking for somebody opposite than you because she never wants to date anyone like you again. Most of the time that doesn't work and they settle for some type of 90-degree difference. Just saying.
And, you know, for a lot of men, the red flags, they're obvious. It's not a mystery anymore. See them from a mile away, right? You got your attitude going, you got your entitlement, you out here talking about how many men you got, you know, my body, my choice, that all that other foolishness, and men are paying attention to that. Yeah, I heard her talk about that. So what was it like, man? You don't want that. You don't want that. Stay away from that. All that other nonsense, red flag here, red flag there, popping up here, popping up here. Men done burnt out. Men are gone. They're not sticking around to see how it plays out. Not anymore. Absolutely not.
I look a mess now, but I don't think I have to settle with a man that I don't find handsome.
Okay, let's do it. Well, what would you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? Just your face. You cannot use 7.
A 10.
What? Oh, poor baby. Now let's try this again.
So I'm
You are not the most beautiful woman in the world. Cosmopolitan ain't trying to get you to be on the cover. People ain't deemed you one of the most beautiful women in the world. So let's go.
So what would you rate me?
I asked you. Since you want to bring looks about men into it, I'm asking you. What would you rate yourself? And the first thing out of your mouth was a lie. A 10. You ain't nobody's 10.
My face is not a 10. So all right. I think I'm definitely a 10.
Cool. I bet you do. When was the last time you did any runway modeling or print modeling?
I've never been involved in that.
Why not? That's what 10s do. And a lot of you ladies just say this because
I'm not a 10.
You're not. You're not a 10. Women like yourself have all this attitude, thinking that you're way up here to where you're going to judge me into saying men are this or that. 51% of black men are single and childless, 64% in another class. It is harder for a black man to find a woman that's working with no children than it is for a black woman to find a black man that's working with no kids. Most of you come with somebody's kid attached to you. And then you got the nerve to walk around when you're unfit, overweight, out of shape, and looking average, cute, or whatever, thinking you're way up here judging men who have more to offer than you do, and have the nerve to talk about you're picky.
Thanking my parents because I haven't seen them in a while, so this is going to be so good. First, let's get the belly on. Okay, now let's get a shirt. We are ready to go. Okay, I'm going in. Wish me luck. Surprise! You're gonna be grandparents.
Well, I'm not gonna pay the check if you're not gonna sleep with me. That doesn't make any sense.
Like, that was your whole intention?
attention. Like, I feel like I was, from the day we met till today, I never gave off, oh, I'm like the hookup girl.
Guys, never ever treat a woman this way. I'm not usually for public shaming, but guys like this should be put on a list. Unfortunately, you won't be able to prevent every dating nightmare, but there are ways to check for some red flags. That's why I personally recommend Public Data Check. In this day and age, there is nothing wrong with doing some research ahead of time, and it might just save you $130.
I'm genuinely confused about this whole freedom argument, because too many times you hear women who claim they're going to lose their freedom by being with a man. But I've gotten more freedom since being in a relationship with my fiance than I ever did when I was single, living alone. What freedoms are we talking about here? Going to the club and getting cracked every weekend by a different guy? Is that what we're so scared to lose? Like, I'm genuinely confused because I feel like that lifestyle burns you out so fast. Because eventually you're going to hit a wall where none of it feels exciting anymore, and you're just left feeling used and empty, honestly. Ever since I've been in a relationship with my man, I've actually gotten more freedom because I'm not worried about working so many hours or picking up extra shifts just to make ends meet. I actually have time for hobbies I've always wanted to try, more time to pour into myself and into my community and program that give me real purpose, and I can actually relax when I want to. Real freedom isn't sleeping around. It's having a partner who supports your dreams. So I don't know what we're fighting so hard against.
No one wants to tell you this, so I will. Dating is hard for you because you're broke. We try so hard to fight the obvious, but the reality is no one wants to date a broke man. And there's a difference between a man who is building something and just hasn't gotten there yet, and a man who's broke and has no plans to change that. It's the very things that make someone successful that are attractive to women biologically. That is negotiating, influence, power, and fight it as you may, it will always be that way. But I get that it's hard to make money when you're young. If that's you and you're struggling, comment invest below and I'll send you something to your inbox that will help.
And one of the good things, especially when you see a lot of the creators think, men need to be heard is one of them. Ask an older man. There's a couple of other ones that I'm thinking about. So shout out to them, just kind of talking to the younger guys, saying, kind of telling them, look, I made the mistakes, so you don't have to. Just learn from it, right? The things that I went through, just don't do it. And the thing is, you have a lot of the younger men that are listening. A lot of the younger men are taking notes. Right? They're not making the same mistakes that some of these older guys. And a lot of times, we say it's a mistake now, but back then, that was the way it was supposed to be. That was the way it was supposed to go, right? Certain situations, okay, take her at her word. She's going to do this. I'm going to do that. But nowadays, it's become a mistake because modern women know what they're doing, but they're playing in the man's face. And so now the older men are telling the younger men, hey, watch out for that.
Why didn't you marry his father?
I didn't marry his father. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. That was my decision. I was younger at that time, and that's still not.
Why didn't you marry his father?
I didn't want him.
But you had a baby with him. This is the problem. See, you're a woman outside of anybody's leadership. You didn't marry a father. You had a baby before you had a wedding. That's already a problem. Then he wanted to marry you. You didn't want to marry him. And then you're trying to raise a boy. And then you're going to question why men are what they are. Women like you make the very men you complain about.
Absolutely.
So don't ask me about why men aren't holding men accountable when this all starts with women like you. That's the problem. You have women who are quicker to have a baby than become a wife.
I'd never thought that.
But you're moving that way. The net of it is you create the very men you have an issue with.
Absolutely.
And it's your responsibility, not the men. Women are the first teachers of culture. You're under no male leadership. And I'm sorry, based upon this call, this is who you are. And who is going to try to fight you for control of your household and that boy? They will say, she's for the streets, and keep it moving.
A woman will file for divorce just to get by 30
and then to say there's no good men left. It's like, sis, are you well? Are you okay? Like, why would you leave for cheating just to get up on and to not have no committed relationship? By the time a woman leaves her marriage, she's already in her mid-30s and she got kids. Your dating pool's down. It's down. I know y'all can come in and be like, that's not true. It's true. It is true. In your 30s, like I keep telling you, hoes, you are competing with 20-year-olds. Stay in your marriage. I mean, if there's okay, there's STDs and side babies, okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. A little cheating here and there ain't never hurt nobody. If you mind your business, you'll be A-okay. If that man is you right and paying them bills, even 50-50, sis, stay where the you at, because I promise you, ain't nothing in these streets but a hard time. Y'all better stay in these damn marriages. Oh, my grandma stated she hated it. Well, grandma, look at grandma. Now, grandma got a house. She living her best life. You know what I mean? But y'all out here creating multiple families, multiple streams of bloodlines that y'all couldn't even settle down with a new man even if you wanted to, especially with multiple baby daddies. If a man marries you, stay with that man. I promise you, sis, you is not gonna do better. I promise you. And then on top of that, it's like, I just don't understand, like, you are not well. Like, you are not well, because it's like, how do y'all justify leaving a marriage over cheating? And I understand your little feelings is hurt. I feel it. Your feelings is hurt. But at the end of the day, a man don't mean he could $1 million. As long as he ain't giving them no money, it don't even matter. That's a peasant to him. He don't even give a as long as he ain't giving them no money, it don't even matter. That's a peasant to him. He don't even give a about the hoe. You know what I mean? Because a man is not going to leave his family to be with the that he know he can without leaving his family. And if that low self-esteem where she's man with the husband, come on now. She's nothing. You know what I mean? So it's like, at the end of the day, I mean, I know y'all hate when I tell y'all this, but please don't leave y'all marriages. Just stop.
Wait, like actually?
Yes.
Oh. Don't call me.
What?
Don't come by my house.
Okay, wait. I thought we were getting along.
Too well.
All right, but I'm still gonna call you tonight.
No, but actually, please don't.
Okay.
Why I will no longer be entertaining the male human species.
You got a whole book.
Never keeping promises. 2, never meaning what they say. 3, only being nice to people because they want something. 4, only being nice to women they find attractive. 5, not taking no for an answer. 6, bringing up immediately. 7, pressuring for on the first date. 8, lack of effort. 9, asking me to come over as the first date. 10, poor hygiene. 11, lack of emotional intelligence. 12, lack of financial intelligence. 13, extremely self-centered. 14, extremely misogynistic. 15, going weeks on end with no contact.
Majority of the things that she's talking about, women do them too. They do them more, if I'm being honest. They treat men like garbage. They don't want to talk to guys they don't find attractive. They only want them for their money. They ignore them all the time. Like, all these things. They don't have emotional intelligence. Like, what the You're naming stuff that women do all the times too. So men should also not deal with the female species. Plus, what are you on here telling us that? Let alone write a whole page of why you don't want to deal with them. If you don't like them, then just don't deal with them. You don't need to tell us why you're not dealing with them, because we don't give a f. And as I said before, women are the same way. So there's no reason for you to be on here telling us about how terrible men are when y'all yourselves are terrible.
There you go. There's mommy's friend.
Yana, is there any way I can talk to him and just saying?
Oh yeah, you can talk to him. All right, Dad, you want to talk to your dad? No. You sure? You want to talk to Daddy? No. Why not? No, here you go.
No. We won't do this. We go. You need a second, Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes, you can turn off your camera and take it.
And
okay,
so
hold on.
He said that he was still afraid to go, and that his father.
Objection to hearsay.
Yes.
No, we have CPS records.
I can't hear what they said. You just have to state factual things.
Okay, factual things is that my son came home and said that he was.
Objection to anything that the child said.
They, the police in Sacramento told me that.
Objection to hearsay.
All right, so.
And the longer that I am staying single, the more I'm realizing that men don't impress me.
If you're a girl and you never get approached in public, let's talk about it.
Like, they actually kind of give me the ick sometimes.
I prepared a list
to help unattractive women realize that they're unattractive. Because I realize that no one's going to tell you your face because they don't want to hurt your feelings. You post a picture on Instagram and there are tons of comments telling you how beautiful you are from other women. I got bad news for you, sweetie. Ugly women love to boost other ugly women. They think that if they can bring down the scale of attractiveness to the level that they're at, so everybody's on that level, then they cannot be revealed for being the hideous monsters that they actually are.
And I just don't get impressed so easily anymore.
This is why fat girls used to be so nice. But then the internet convinced them that they were hot too. Now you can't even talk to one. We're like, you can't have an attitude and type 2 diabetes. These fat white girls who get with a black dude and then they're like, see, I'm not racist. And I'm like, come on, Cheryl. It's not like you had a choice.
What are you doing for me? Like, I'm not impressed. So, an advice for you young girls out there, just don't waste your time on a guy.
It really sucks when you're not attractive because men completely ignore you, right?
Unfortunately, losing the weight will change your life. Completely.
When I was 329 pounds, when this girl walked in anywhere, bar, restaurant, grocery store, whatever, nobody was opening doors for her. She was completely disregarded, despite her size. She was ignored. Nobody paid her any attention. Then this girl walks in. I have men physically go out of their way. They are already out the door or they are coming in and they're nowhere close to me, going physically out of their way to hold already out the door or they are coming in and they're nowhere close to me, going physically out of their way to hold doors for me.
Completely.
You can't just want a husband, you also have to want to be a wife. I posted a Q&A on my Instagram story the other day, and one question that I got multiple times was, how do I support my husband when I don't feel like it's the right thing or I don't want to support him in this certain dream? And the short answer, just going to give it to you bluntly because I don't sugarcoat, is that is your job. Does that mean that you can't have your own ambitions, goals, dreams, etc.? Absolutely not. I actually think women should pursue things that fulfill them. I'll give you a personal example. My husband and I just moved from Florida to Arizona solely for his career. We don't have any family out here. We didn't have any community until we actually moved out here. So there was a lot of unknowns. And it's not the easiest thing in the world to do that, especially when you want to start a family. You kind of want your parents around, you want community, you want a little bit of help. But when you have a man who's under the submission of God, it is vital that you trust the man that God has placed in your life to lead you. So when your husband has a certain dream, he has a certain ambition, a certain goal, you need to trust that that's from God. And your husband may have certain people in his life, friends, family, etc., that are telling him that that's a bad idea, that it's too much of a risk, that it's too ambitious or whatever. And you may be the only person in his life that is actually supporting him. A husband really needs that support from his wife. He needs that encouragement because you are the one in his corner. And a woman either has the power to build a man into something he couldn't become on his own or completely destroy him and his dreams and his reputation. So instead of praying things like, God, show him that I'm right, show him that this isn't the right path, that he's not supposed to do this, pray that you can become a better supporter and cheerleader of your husband. And if you're single or dating, the best thing you can do is figure out what you want your lifestyle to look like. This is something that my husband and I had so many conversations about before we got married. And it really set us up for success because there's no unrealistic expectations. We know what our expectations are of each other and our lifestyle. So maybe you guys want to run a business together. Maybe you don't want to work at all. Maybe you want your own thing and he wants his own thing. Figure that out before you get married so that you know what the expectations are. And if you're with a man who is a really big dreamer and constantly wants to succeed and push to the next level, just know that there may be some things that you don't love for your own short-term happiness, but in the end, you chose to marry that man. So be his number one supporter through it all and watch your intimacy grow, watch your marriage completely change, and watch how quickly that man achieves that goal. He will achieve his goals and ambitions so much quicker if he has a woman in his corner who always supports him and cheers him on.
Hello.
Hello. Is this Lexi?
This is Lexi. Yes, and who's this?
Naya, do you know Deshaun?
Sean, like my boyfriend Sean Moore?
That's my husband.
Wait, and who am I speaking to?
Naya.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Nah.
We've been married for over 5 years.
Girl, no, it can't be. He's on.
What?
Literally, I seen him before with a ring on, and I just asked him about it, and he told me that you. Yes, like literally. So I'm in shock right now. Like what?
What the? Like you're dead ass?
I swear to God. Like I'm pregnant by him and all right now.
No,
nah, this is crazy.
Wait. How many weeks are you?
I'm 10 weeks.
What the?
Literally.
There's
oh
no
God.
way. I literally found your number in his phone the other night because he was dead sleep drunk, and you were texting him multiple times, but your number is not saved. So I went through his phone and I found your number and I saved it and I called you when he wasn't here.
And I was probably the night I was looking for him, and he told me he was going out with the boys, and that I didn't hear from him all night.
And also, I found his Tinder account, and he's seeking men and women. He has also a grinder.
Men and women? Yo, this guy was hunting for everybody. Rated E for everyone can get this. And not one of you, but two of you chose him and you didn't know? Nah, that's just negligence. You didn't do your due diligence. How they missed this for a whole 2 years is wild to me. What he did was absolutely abhorrent, but these women were not paying attention. Because to think you're in a relationship with a man for years and not see certain things, like, nah, sis. Do you know how much it takes to be present for one relationship, let alone two? Nah. So to ensure this doesn't happen to you, I want to give you 3 clear signs that your man might be in a relationship with a whole other woman. Number 1, never does anything on Valentine's Day or Christmas Day on the day. Always the day after or the day before. He's double booking. Number 2, goes periods of MIA on a consistent basis. There's a difference between taking time for himself and then non-communicative. This is what allows the space for a whole other relationship. Number 3, goes on long periods without initiating. He's getting it from somewhere else. Now, this is while you're in a relationship, but how can you tell if a guy is dating a woman while dating you, but you thought it was something serious and you don't know what to do? Well, comment serious below and I will do an audit of your situation and point you in the right direction.
He's only helping me with dinner because he expects to get laid tonight. He's only planning more dates after I complained several times because he wants to pretend like he cares. He helped me with the laundry, but he didn't fold the towels the right way, so it basically discounts everything that he ever did. He remembered my birthday, but we only went to Cheesecake Factory and I was expecting a trip to Bora Bora, so he's not really listening to me. He started coming home early and getting off work early to spend more time with me, but he spent an hour on his cell phone to decompress, so what was the point of even coming home early? Someone tell me why all of these statements really exist in real relationships with real men and real women, where women are overcritical to everything a man does. So you mean to tell me that that man heard you, listened to you, and adjusted to your needs and your expectations, and you're still turning a positive expectation into a negative, and you can't understand why the relationship is failing? Or yeah, maybe he is doing more to eventually gain more connection with you through this, and you want to turn it into something selfish, like it's selfishly motivated, even though it's his bid for connection. But wait, if that same man ends up not helping you with the trash or helping you with the kids or not helping you with dinner or not helping you with laundry because eventually you being overcritical makes him stop showing up for you and he goes out and cheats on you, now you're all depressed because you can't understand why he doesn't feel anything for you anyway. If you were at a job and your boss was constantly criticizing you for every little thing that you did, would you want to perform for said boss? Well, the same thing is true in a relationship. A lot of these women out here are ruining relationships because they're so hypercritical of the men that they're in relationships with because they are hypercritical with themselves and they just project that and turn healthy relationships into toxic ones. Just like if a man turns around and gets you flowers and you turn around like, oh, you only got me flowers because we got in a fight yesterday. Or, oh, you stopped and got me an energy drink, but it's not the right energy drink. And you're constantly finding something to out. You can't be mad at that man if he turns around and he feels worthless. He feels unwanted. He stops listening. He stops showing up. He stops caring. And he becomes a shell of himself because people can only take so much criticism before they eventually say it. Not only are women being like overcritical, but they want to bring everything and turn it back into like the past of like when you first got together and when you first got in relationships, rather than accepting the fact that when a man settles in, it's because he truly loves you and he cares about you. And instead of turning everything from, you know, a positive to a negative, you guys would have a lot healthier relationships if you would just stop attacking that man in the first place. Okay, bye.
Ladies, handsome men don't think, right? It's like they say pretty privilege. I like to call it handsome head stars. Now I like to dabble in this field from time to time. You know, sometimes ladies open the door for.
I wanted to talk about this because everybody that I seen stitch this video, they're all saying the same. Oh my gosh, be quiet. You're not handsome. Women don't do that. Yes, they do. I used to bartend, and of course, when you're a bartender, you're around other bartenders who are men, and women would come in and give them all these things, do all these nice things for them, buy them expensive gift cards. I'm talking about nice watches and all that. Yes, the same way there are men that are out here simping for women on OF when those will never give him a time of day. There's always that one girl who he's never going to give a chance to doing the most for him. How many times do we see women on here crying, I did this for him, I did this, I paid for his car, no, I did this, I did that, and he don't even love me or he don't care for me. And now we're acting oblivious to what he's saying. Does every handsome man get the same type of attention from women? Of course not. But there are some men who get different things than other men do. I don't know why you guys don't believe that. They're stupid, just like there's dumb men. I don't know, why is that so hard to believe? You guys will judge men so quick, but won't judge your own gender. I don't do that. Not over here, baby. We're gonna be straight up and honest. I had a homeboy, we're not friends no more, but I had a homeboy or whatever who would use females all the time. Like, these girls would fly him out, pay for his passport, pay for his jewelry, give him money, and he was just taking it, mind you, the entire time, calling these ugly, making fun of them. Yes, there are guys who are going to take your advances, and that's it. So you hear what he just said? I've had girls hold doors open for me. Exactly. Just because you're a girl who doesn't do that doesn't mean the next won't. Why do you think a lot of men say that? If she's not going to do it for me, another girl will. And it's true. You don't want to buy him something, another will. There's girls out here, what can I do for your papas? Can I pay for your meal? Just because you don't have two nickels to rub together don't mean the next don't. You know what I mean? So like I said, this take to me, I don't see what's wrong with what he said. And then everybody making fun of him and judging him for the way that he looks, I don't see what's wrong. It's so funny how that girl came up on this platform saying she was a baddie. You guys all hyped her up. And then this guy, he's not even saying he's hot. He just said handsome guys get advances or whatever he said, and you guys are crucifying him for his looks. You see what I mean? How evil you women are? You attack this man for his looks, but then when girls come on here saying they're a top 10, even though they're not, you will go and sit there and suck their ass and agree when you don't even agree for real. You're just saying that because women on social media are so fake. In real life, y'all never get along. In real life, you guys are constantly super catty. But online, you guys always try to have this fake facade for unity of women. Cut it out. Women empowerment doesn't exist.
Child support is a scam. Nothing can ever change my mind on that. This is why.
Live with you?
Yes.
Okay, so there should be child support coming in, right?
Yes.
So what does that add to your income?
$1,000 a month is pretty much. I've been fighting for child support increase, but he placed the divorce order in another state, and it's become impossible for him to voluntarily agree to get Texas jurisdiction. He's purposely not doing it so that I can't get the actual income I need for the children.
He was the father of all 5?
He's the father of 2. The 2 oldest.
What about the others then? There should be child support.
My son, he does get sporadic child support payments, like $370 a month.
Okay.
I don't receive all of that.
I believe there are 2 other children unaccounted for.
Right. I don't get child support for both of them.
Why?
Her dad is completely evading. They've tried locating him like 4 times, and he's a chameleon.
I don't think you have the best pick in men.
I do not.
Let's be real. Child support is literally modern day alimony for the baby mamas that never got married to their children's fathers. And I always love it when I hear stories like this because it's always that the man that's actually paying, the woman wants to go so hard on him to keep getting more and more and more and more and more. And then the other men that she slept with and had children with, they're bums, they're not paying, whatever the case may be. But she'll go easy on them. Those are the ones that they still get to see the kids. Most of the time it's forced on them to see the kids. Oh, don't you want to see little Johnny tomorrow for his birthday? But then the one that's actually paying the child support, you always want more, you're never satisfied with what he does, and you give him a hard time to see his children. I've seen this a million times over, from my own personal experience and seeing it with people that I know, from the many men that have been in my inbox over the years telling me their own personal stories. This whole dad narrative is trash. It's false. The dads, the ones that actually don't contribute, you love them. You let them see the kids. They don't even gotta ask because you're basically forcing the kids on them. But the ones that do help, they want to be proactive. They might slide a little extra money in your account because, hey, they want to make sure that their child is taken care of. The second you hear that they got a promotion, that they got a different job, they got a new woman, you want to take them to court for more money. And in this situation that we just watched, isn't it ironic that the man is paying for 2 children $1,000 a month, but she wants him to pay more? That man don't need to pay for your other children. He's not responsible for your other children, ma'am. The child support system is corrupt. If it were me, I would abolish it. If it were up to me, I would abolish the out of the child support system. Let's be honest, it's never going to be reformed. It's just not. It's not in the interest of the government to reform the way that they have it set up because they financially gain from it. So to me, abolishing it would take care of it. And that's not a popular opinion, but listen, you should be able to be a mature enough adult that if you decided to lay down with someone and have a child with them, that you should at least be able to have a cordial enough conversation to say, hey, are we going to co-parent? Is it going to be 50-50? Say, hey, are we going to co-parent? Is it going to be 50-50? You know, can you help with this month? Do they want to do basketball in the wintertime? Can you help pay? We literally want to take these men for every penny that they have. Oh, and don't let it be a situation where the guy gets overtime. Forget it. Because the court finds out you get overtime. In some states, they are so greedy that they will actually make the overtime seem like it's something that you get all the time. Yeah, this court system is absolutely trash.
It wasn't like a big dude, so it wasn't like uncomfortable in my car.
Okay, let's pause there. Let's stop. Actually, I think actually I was going to do this as a stop and go, but it's actually like a little too vile, to be honest. Okay, Brian is doing his best here, by the way, and I like what he's doing, really, because he's trying to really give you some insight if you don't have it, right? Maybe this is not your life, right? And maybe you think that people like me are just, oh, Jed, this doesn't really happen, right? Especially if you're in an older bracket. He's trying to show you this is happening. Now, I don't know how to say this nicely, so I'm just going to say it. She is inside, okay? And I don't take that lightly when I say that. It's horrible to witness a woman, a young, attractive woman, speak like this about. It's so disturbing to me. Unbelievably disturbing to me, especially knowing what a first experience that has meaning could be, right? And this just rancid stuff. And I don't know if this doesn't seem like her first experience, but it just doesn't matter. It's like a transaction, right? It's like she went and bought something at a store and she put out some money and got something in return. It was like there's no emotion. There's nothing to hold on to in that experience. She's inside. And guys, if you, first of all, if you wind up with a woman who has done this in her life, there will be a part of her that is inside. It just will be. She will not be able to pair bond. And if you missed that episode where I had Sterling Cooper on, we talked about oxytocin and the inability of women with these high body counts to pair bond. You should go back and watch that. It was a great component of that conversation, but they lose the ability to do that because they're just like the In-N-Out burger. Nothing has any value in these physical, intimate experiences anymore because they're not intimate to them anymore. This is so sad for me to see. I don't know how old she is. She looks like she's in her early 20s. So unbelievably disturbing on so many levels. And this is not healthy. Here's why I'm showing this. This is not healthy. This is not normal. This is not okay for women to process this way. Do you see how there's a blankness to her? She's talking about, she's like, oh, 5 minutes. I don't know. Like, there's no, this woman's not getting held. Maybe she's getting kissed, but he don't give a lick about her. And she's allowing it, right? And she's just like showing up. Why bother? We all know if women are being honest with you, they will tell you that if there's not affection and there's not intimacy and there's not love involved, 9 out of 10 times they're not getting anything out of this. They're not getting off on it. They're not, because so much of it is emotional for us. And they lie, right? They lie and they make sounds and they do all this stuff to get, oh yeah, it's good. These women are trying to fill a void. They're trying to fill some kind of void in their life, and they show up and they just do these acts, and maybe they're trying to desensitize themselves to them for whatever reason, whatever emotional baggage or whatever reason, but this is not helping them. Now, guys, don't do this stuff, right? Think about it. What is really, now, what's in it for you? Well, it's a quick little bit of fun, right? You're not taking this girl seriously. There's no reason. Get to a point, guys, where this isn't worth it to you. Get to a point where you look in the mirror and you say, she's using me and I'm using her. What am I doing as a man? Right? What could I be doing in this time that's more beneficial to me? Go work out in the gym, right? Go for a workout. Go do something that's good for you. This isn't good for you. It's not good for her. And it's not good for you as a man to put yourself in a space where you're comfortable with women, like giving time to women like this and getting from women like this and being in that like transactional space. It's dark. Right? It just is. And I know I'm saying this as a woman, and some of y'all guys are probably like, oh, Jed, you're taking this so seriously. But that is how it should be. Understand that me as a woman, she should be taking this seriously. And if you're with someone as a woman who's not taking it seriously, there's something deeply broken and messed up there. Do you really want to be entangled in any way with it? Do you want that energy exchange? I'm just asking. Think about it. Think about what you're doing and what you could be doing instead. And ladies, man, do some self-reflection. Where are your parents? I don't know how else to say it. This is sick. And good on Brian, by the way, for he's being real respectful about it, because there's something wrong with her, right? He's trying to, and he wants to give insight into what's going on, but man alive.
You know, the simple truth is that a lot of relationships shouldn't even really be like this. They shouldn't really even be this hard. If I like you, you like me, two people like each other, like what's the big deal? Like what are we talking about? We want to build something together. It's that simple. I mean, obviously you got to work out the kinks and all that stuff, but honestly and truly, man, it's that simple. It really is that simple, right? I respect you, you respect me. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family. With a great big hug. Sorry. You know, modern dating has really made everything a lot more complicated. You got all these rules, you got games going on, you got the whole silly little back and forth stuff that been happening. Men just get tired of that type of stuff, man. You know, they just look at it and say, man, it's a lot of chaos, it's a lot of difficulty. If it's this hard, just to get started, if it's this difficult to get started, what's it going to look like in like 5 to 10 years? No, I'm good.